Hi guys, this is so funny. This is Benny. So I thought it would be crazy business to just start vlogging again like nothing ever happened, and I didn't just take the last 4 years off of YouTube because my last video was in 2022 during that prep that I did. So I thought it would be appropriate to reintroduce myself and my goal with starting to film again for YouTube. So for those of you who don't know me, hi, and for those of you who are new, hi. My name is Fran. I am an NPC wellness competitor. I've competed since 2021. I've done 3 seasons now. I competed in 2021, 2022, my second season, which is the season that I posted a couple videos on this channel before, and then last year in 2025, I competed in junior nationals and I placed 3rd in class B. So that was awesome. That was my first time coming back to stage after 3 years. So that's definitely something that I feel like I needed to kind of prove to myself that I do belong, because I had a lot of imposter syndrome. And that's also kind of why I am deciding to pick up YouTube again. For my second prep, the 2022 prep, I was doing weekly reel recaps on Instagram. I would put up a reel every week of like little snippets of my week. So I didn't fully vlog speaking to the camera, but I did show little snippets of it, and I really enjoy looking back. Like even now I enjoy looking back at those reels and seeing like my progress since then. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't do it for this prep in 2025. But again, to be honest with you, I suffered from a lot of imposter syndrome, and I really just needed to prove to myself that I do belong and I can compete and I do look the part. So placing 3rd at nationals was definitely it. I definitely did discuss a lot about my prep over on other apps like my TikTok and my Instagram. I'll link them down below if you would want. You can follow me there as well. I do a lot more, I guess, behind the scenes, but I really wanted to show what it's like, especially in this phase, and this is holding me accountable. So I went through a gut protocol not too long ago, and I was in this phase for over 5 months because we were trying to get my cycle back, and then I had my wedding. A lot of change has happened since 2022. I am now with a new coach, and we did my 3rd season together. So I've been with John for over 2 years now, and he's my current coach. And it was a great, successful season. I moved from Philly and New Jersey, where I lived at the time, to Florida. We're in Tampa in St. Pete area, and we love it. We're staying here. We go to Counterculture Gym in St. Pete. Love them. If you're ever in the area, please come and visit them. The owners, Alvin and Linda, are awesome, and it's just truly an amazing, amazing gym and community that they have built. So long story short, I did my gut protocol. We did an anti-inflammatory diet for like 5 weeks. Then I did a GI map, got the results back. Luckily, it wasn't that bad. So we did like a 4-5 week kill phase, took a bunch of supplements, obviously, and now we're in the repop phase, and we actually started my push, and that'll be for about 12-ish weeks, I think. But I wanted to document this and start really having practice with talking to the camera more and editing. And so that way, when my prep does start, if it is at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, I have practice doing it. I feel like a lot of people only show prep, and rightly so. Like prep is really fun and interesting, and you see a lot of changes really quickly. So people love to see that. I love to see prep videos and all that, but I also feel like I don't see a lot of people just showing like the day-to-day of like a bodybuilder, and like in your off season, your improvement phase, stuff like that. And that's really where you're making your improvements, is in your off season and your improvement phase. I want to start posting, and I am posting this to hold myself accountable. I'm going to try and keep posting regularly. 1, to hold myself accountable for posting and editing videos. 2, so I can look back at this once I do prep and see, you know, all the progress that I've made. 3, so that I don't sandbag at the gym, because I will be posting training clips. And so that way I make sure that I am not taking the easy way out and I make the most out of this phase, because again, depending on what improvements I make during this phase will determine if I compete this year, 2026, or 2027. If you guys have anything specific that you want to see, let me know. Lo quiero. So I already went through like the hardest part of my gut protocol, which was the kill phase. This is where we get rid of everything that was in my gut, basically. I did the GI map and it wasn't anything crazy. I got back some traces of like H. pylori and like a little bit. So luckily there wasn't a lot to correct. And I really attribute that to the fact that I went on an anti-inflammatory diet probably for 5 weeks before that, getting prepared for my wedding. And we found out during that time that I might have like a gluten sensitivity, which sucks, but it's okay. Just part of the cards that I was dealt, I guess. But anyways, so the hardest part of the gut protocol is done, which was the kill phase. That was about 4 weeks. And it was 4 weeks of the blandest freaking food ever. Blandest freaking food. And also taking some supplements to help. So these are an array, I don't know if you can see it, of all the supplements that I have to take during this phase. But we finished the gut protocol, the kill phase of the gut protocol. That was about 4 weeks. I have to split this in like 2 because I just can't with all these pills. One sec. We did the kill phase that lasted about 4 weeks. And in those 4 weeks, my food was really bland. I ate 3 meals a day and it was literally beef, 2 of the meals, rice cakes, and sweet potato, I believe. I can't remember. That's it. That was for 4 weeks. On top of the supplements that I was taking, and my weight kept dropping. I was losing inflammation and just like, you know, getting rid of everything. And then now we entered our push. We did a repop phase that lasted about like 2 weeks where we introduced new foods. So we introduced rice, chicken back into my diet. And we're still in the repop phase. So we're still like reintroducing new foods into my diet. But we went ahead and started my push because, like I said, my GI map results weren't horrible. So I didn't need to do something super, super like long and extreme and extensive, thankfully. Also during this time, I couldn't have any artificials. That sucked because I love Coke Zero. If you know me, you know I'm a Coke Zero stan. I will drink a Diet Coke if I have to, but Coke Zero over Diet Coke every single time. So that was really hard for me. You couldn't have any artificial sweeteners, so like no stevia, no like sauces, stuff like that with your food. I'm not one for a lot of sauces, but like sometimes I like sugar-free ketchup, you know? So stuff like that I couldn't have, which sucked. You're not supposed to have caffeine. I did have 1 cup of black coffee every morning because I have been drinking coffee my whole life. I'm from Puerto Rico and I lived there till I was 16. And if you know anything, you know we're really heavy on like coffee drinking, and un cafecito por la tarde, un cafecito por la mañana, un cafecito antes de acostarte a dormir. Like we drink coffee all the time. So I can't just cut out coffee. So I would have 1 cup of black coffee in the mornings. And that was it. Another thing of this protocol was like I couldn't really push myself in the gym, and that led me to feel really, really lost, and I wasn't really enjoying my workouts. Anyways, I'm gonna show you my meal 1 as I'm getting ready to head over to the gym in a little bit. My meal 1 is just egg whites, 2 eggs, spinach, peppers, and then I have Canadian bacon. I'm gonna have this with 100 grams of strawberries. And I'm gonna go ahead and make myself a little espresso. Like I said, I wasn't drinking coffee other than just 1 cup in the mornings, and I would drink more like from the Nespresso just because I would get more volume and just like a cup of black coffee. But since we're in the repop phase, I can't have dairy, and I've never been one to have dairy anyways. Like I always opt for almond milk or coconut milk in my coffees, etc. I'm going to go ahead and try to make a latte for myself this morning. I love coffee. That's another little fun fact about me. I love coffee. One of my dreams is to open a coffee shop. So that'll happen at some point in the future. But also, little plug to Café Serrano in Puerto Rico in Carolina. They are so freaking good. So every time I go, I buy like 3 bags and then I have them grinded for me and I bring it back. This is my last bag, so I'm really sad, but I'm going to treat myself to some of this this morning, because it's my first time I'm making like a latte in like over 3 months. This literally smells so heavenly. I love it. But anyways, as I was saying, I'm going to reintroduce and try out a latte right now. I shouldn't really have any issues, but we'll see. I remember after my prep, I had like a little espresso barista kick. I also used to be a barista, so I was like in my inspo era and I was making really cool iced coffees in the morning and like making them sugar-free and bodybuilder friendly. I would wake up every morning and make a fun iced latte that was sugar-free and like bodybuilder macro friendly. I make my own blueberry syrup and then I would keep it in the fridge and put that in it and stuff like that. So maybe I'll get back to it once my gut is 100% like back to normal. I don't really want to mess with it too much. Ooh, the espresso came out really nice. The foam on it is beautiful. I prefer a hot coffee over an iced one every single time. And I also really want a new espresso machine. I want to have, when we have a house, I want to have an espresso machine so elaborate. First of all, I want one with a grinder so the beans are fresh. Second of all, I want to have such a good espresso machine that it needs maintenance. Like that I need somebody to come monthly and check the PSI. That's the level of like coffee obsession and love for coffee that I have. We're just gonna try it out. Hopefully my gut doesn't kill me. Then we have the egg whites and the 2 eggs, the Canadian bacon. Oh, and then I need to get 100 grams of strawberries. And then that's it. That's my meal 1. Like I said before, I still have upper body days because my upper body sucks. So these are some movements that I do today. I have 2 upper body days a week and this is one of them. It's a lying cuff lateral raise. I use these Gym Reaper grip links. It's like one of their newer strap and they're really good. They have these D-ring and it just really helps me focus on just the movement. And I know it's made to sustain a lot of weight so you don't have to worry about it like breaking on you. I feel like I'm stuck now. By using the straps and going slow, it helps you really focus on the exercise and not so much the momentum of it, but this is the D-ring. Okay, I have to do shoulder press, and I worked out with my friend Jess, who's a figure competitor, and she likes to do shoulder press on the Smith machine. And ever since doing them on the Smith machine, I really, really like them. If I don't have dumbbell shoulder press, if I have any type of overhead pressing movement, I prefer it on the Smith, just because of the stable path, and I feel like I can adjust the weight a little bit better than like machine loaded. So here we go. We have our top set of 10. Also, since I started my push this week, it's been fun trying to figure out where my weight's at because I feel pretty strong and it's kind of honestly throwing me off. Anyways, let's go. And also my upper body is not nearly as strong as my lower body, clearly, so this will be fun. All right, let's go. Okay. Another really good movement is standing cuff lateral raises. I use Jimmy for D-ring lifting straps. I really like these because they have a D-ring here, so all I have to focus on is just the movement and not like stability or anything else. My delts suck, so here you go. My left side is so much weaker than my right. I don't struggle as hard with my right side, which is so annoying. Okay, so at the end of these workouts of my upper body days, I have to do some type of ab movement. For this day specifically, I have to finish with vacuums. Vacuums are really good, especially for core control on stage. So I'm gonna do a couple here. So I first start, so people ask me how to do vacuums and I don't even know how to explain it properly, but I'm gonna try my best. So I first start off by blowing out all the air that I have in my stomach and in my lungs. Not in my stomach, in my lungs. And then you think of like pulling your belly button in and upward. All the air